All right, example 1. Simplify by adding like terms. This problem is the problem written in your book for your homework assignment. For example, this is my homework box. The first thing I would do is I would transfer the problem exactly as it's written on my paper. So 3x plus 5 minus xy plus 2yx minus 5x. One other thing I'm going to do, in addition to writing out what the problem is, if there's any coefficient missing, if there's an x or a y or some letter with no number in front of it, I'm going to put a number in front of it. That number is going to be 1. Okay, the most common mistake made at this level of adding like terms is that you forget there's a 1 in front of a letter. So put the 1 there, just make sure you see it. And when you get to the point where you know it's there all the time, then you can start ignoring it. But for right now, put it there, it's helpful. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to use underlining. I know you guys don't have different colored pencils, so I'll show you, if you were using a pencil, how I would do it on my paper. What we're looking for is what's called like terms. And there's 3 criteria that make like terms. The first criteria are the same letters. The second criteria is same powers. And the final criteria is same location. When I say location, I mean like in a fraction, top, bottom. X on top, those are the same. X on top, X on bottom, those are different. Okay? For now, the only one we're going to have to focus on is these same letters. That's what's going to matter to us. When I say same letters, they have to have exactly the same letters.
In the same order?
No, not the same order, just the same letters. All right? So, looking at this, if I look at 3x, that doesn't have an x in it. This has an x, but it also has a y, so it doesn't count. That has a y and an x. This has just an x. These two guys both have the same letter x. Those two can be algebraically added. When I algebraically add those two things, this is a positive 3, this is a negative 5. The sign is attached to the term in front of it. So when I make that decision, should I add or subtract, I look at the signs to make that determination. Positive and negative are different signs, so I subtract. 3 is less than 5, 5 is bigger, so it's negative. So that's how you add like terms. Notice x didn't change. It's still negative 2x. Okay, powers don't change. What? No, powers don't change on this. Okay, think about it this way, adding like terms. If I have 3 pens and I add 4 pens, I end up with 7 pens, right? Not 7 pens squared. That's what's happening here. We have 3 x's, we're adding to negative 5 x's, that gives us negative 2 x's. Letters don't change powers when you're doing this. All right? The next thing, notice positive 5. Next number doesn't have a line under it. Do I have any other numbers? No. So nothing happens to it. It just stays plus 5. It's part of the answer. You don't throw it away because it doesn't have a friend. You just bring it down and nothing happens to it. And then we got negative 1xy, positive 2yx. And this deals with what Amber was asking. What about the order? The requirement's the same letters. Doesn't it say anything about order? So x and y, both of those. Negative 1 and positive 2 are opposite signed objects. 2 is bigger than 1, so it's positive. Every term after the first term has to have a plus or minus in front of it based on its sign. This 5 was positive, this 1xy was positive, they both get pluses. If you give me negative 2x space 5 space xy, that's not the right answer. You have to have pluses or minuses in between. That's it. That's the extent of showing work on a problem like this. I want to see the problem written out. I want to see where you underline like terms. So you tell me by doing that you went through the thought process of finding like terms, and then you simply add them algebraically. If this doesn't happen, or if this happens and you got things underlined improperly, I know you're messing up there. You got everything underlined properly here, but got the wrong answer here. That means you're adding when you're supposed to subtract, or vice versa. So again, it allows me as a teacher to be able to look at your work and get a better idea of where your mistakes are if you're messing up.